everybody. I thought I'd have a quick look at what I got in this box. So that's the next thing I'm going to do for Harry's tank. I had to get this new slip ring because I needed that. Because the slip ring that he's got doesn't have the 6-volt fitting. So I can't blast it and chuck it. So I needed that. Yeah. Because what I also have is one of these, which is a smoke unit for the main gun, but you can still use it for BBs. You're thinking, oh, but you can. I didn't know this, and that's why I got it. I showed Harry, and he thought, yes, please. So, okay. So there's the bit you tie your arm off with to make sure that the pain goes. Well, no joking. Make sure it's... yeah. That's the board. Okay, we'll have a proper look at this in a bit. I just thought I'd show you what I've got. This is how it goes in the BB unit. So I've got this old... I can't show you at the minute because that's in the way. Let me undo the bottom of this and I'll show you where it goes. So basically, one of these, you see a little brass tube connector. You screw it into there, and I think you have to drill a hole through into there. So let's have a quick look. So you screw one of these into there, then you put the pipe onto there, and then when this comes back, it's not recoiling, when this comes back, it goes up the barrel. Okay? So we're going to get on with that, and I'll show you how to do it. But it looks a lot less complicated, this newer version. Right, so I'll quickly unwrap it. And this is different than what I was expecting. But I think that goes in the 6-volt. That goes into LED 1. And you get a new wired in trigger switch. So instead of using old yellow, this is wired into the board. So you wouldn't use channel 6 wherever it is anymore. This came with no instructions, so it could be an interesting 5 minutes. Let's see what happens. There was this tank that I saw in this YouTuber's thing that's got 900,000 subscribers. Main does RC stuff, not so much tanks. And it's got FPV as well as gun smoke. Now I thought you can only do one. But if you look on this slip ring, you got the 6-volt, which is red. But then next to it, you've got the FPV, unless the FPV thing has 2 connectors. Because that's a 6-volt FPV, so that must be a power supply as well. So maybe you can. And if you look at that, those two are next to each other. Then if you look at this new one, out the way, you've got this. So, yeah. Unless it's the LED at the end there. Because one's got to be for the machine gun, doesn't it? Yeah. Anyway, so let's have a go. I'm just taking off all the loose bits on the turret so that it's just a bit easier to work on. There's less chance of breaking it. Right, so there's the turret off like we did in the other videos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. I don't know, but it's a lot of screws. All right, so let's have a go at that. And there we go, back inside the turret. So what I'm going to have to do is take this off because I need to drill a hole through... Oh, I didn't show you this. This is just a bit of Amazon bag and it covers up that god-awful thing there. Anyway, you have to... And this is the feed. Anyway, sorry. If you see the screws there, you've got to replace those screws with a little brass tube, which then fires smoke into the BB unit. Okay, so let me just take this apart. I didn't really want to do that because I put this all together, but I should be all right to do this. Right, I had to take this off, so I've got to remove the whole unit again. That's all right. There we go. And then I can get this bit off. Oh, wait a minute. I've got 2 seconds, got to take that off. Right, there we go. So what I have to do is take this screw out, and then you drill a hole into this pipe from inside there. I don't know if you can see that. So what happened is the hole will come into here, and that's where it smokes puts the smoke into it. So let me just take this out. I won't show you because it's boring. Right, so here's that smoke unit again. This is the thing I'm slightly worried about. Do I add this trigger on as well as the yellow trigger, or is this universal trigger for everything now? So I'll try it. I might just add it on because I found a Toucan Hobby video of this and they add this on, but it's an older unit. I think this is a much more modern unit than the other ones. I don't want to break any wires. There we go. Still got the screw adjustment, I think. This is the blower. That's the heating unit. But the thing I'm talking about, let's put this here carefully. Here we go. So I just dropped on the floor. Hate those things. So do you see these? That supposedly, you drill it out and you screw it into there, which then blows the smoke into there. But that's considerably bigger, that one. 3.8. Yeah, so the same sizes, because this came with no instructions, so hopefully this will help a lot of people, because I have no idea how to do this. All right. But yeah, so I'm just going to go up the drill bit sizes. Don't go straight at it, because you don't want to mess it up or get it stuck in there. Right, now I don't know if you can see that. Can you see? Let me see if I can zoom in a bit. Can you see what I've done? So don't go all the way through. There, so it's got a hole here. And that's where the smoke enters the BB unit. But can you see there's quite a bit of, it's a bit tricky to see, but where the drill obviously goes through, it leaves a lot of chafe and crud. So you want to get that out or else it'll get in the way of your BBs. Such a sad git. This will be so much easier if I didn't have a BB gun. Anyway, so let's make this hole bigger so I can fit this. And this is a bit nuts, but I'm just going down the barrel, being careful, and I'm just deburring with this drill that's the same size as the hole, the metal that is down there. And I can't, oh, it's real, I'll show you guys. Can you see that should be nice and smooth now, because when the BB comes out, if it hits something when it comes out the trigger point, and that's the end of your BB, then it is going to jam or not be great. So if you just get that, you gently go down, don't go right to the bottom, because it's not right at the bottom. It's actually, you can probably see where it is when there. Yeah, see that there, and just do that to take off any metal that might be making that tube smooth. And I think that's all right now. Okay, so that should be good. Now we've just got to make that a bit bigger to put the connection junction on that. Sorry, I'm being a bit anal. I'm just putting this down the barrel so that when I open up this hole, I don't get loads of crud going back into the BB unit. Okay. Right, I used a 3 point, oh, what was it now? I can't remember the size of it. But to be honest with you, I should have gone a little bit smaller. Right, I think I screwed in, and that should be holding the BB on instead of this. And then you add the smoke line to here. Okay. Oh God, I hope this doesn't go wrong. Harry's going to kill me if it does. So look, let's crack on with now. I'm going to see if I can actually wire up the thing. If this goes pear-shaped, doesn't matter, just bug that off. It's still doing what it's supposed to. All right, and that should fit. Yeah, it should be fine. Okay, let's test the unit now. Right, I was trying to work out how I'm going to mount this. And this is why I didn't want to dick about with this. But these new Heng longs, because this must be a new mould, because the old ones won't have this. So if you've got, oh God, so if you've got an older Challenger, this won't work. But how convenient is that? But it's already there for you if you need to, okay? I just get worried about these because these do get quite hot, like plastic melting hot. Right, everybody. Ooh. Go away. Stop it. Now, you need both triggers. So you need this trigger on your BB unit as well as your normal trigger. This, I haven't got the slip ring because I think I need some more wires. You must make sure you put the flash that way round, so it's not got a positive, it's just a negative that runs it. If you put it around the other way, it shorts the whole board. Toucan Hobby, I didn't get this from Toucan, I got it from another company, but it only had this. So I don't understand why it's not doing it off of this slip ring, which should have enough. But what? Let's try it again in case I just cocked up. Right, everybody. I've got it working. I don't know if you need this trigger or not. This is heating. See the smoke? So I was trying to blow. I'll show you in a minute. So that's heating up. I've got all these in. So this is just in the usual. That's 15. That's IR. Channel 10. Kind of a Canon lifting. So to get this 360 slip ring working, I think everything needs to be plugged in. So can you see? So there's the heating. There's the smoke unit. There is the channel 1 machine gun, main gun flash, which you have to have or else it won't work. Then it's channel, it says it all on here, channel 16, which is IR, channel 14, which is the infrared, channel 10, trigger, BB unit, channel 6 is not saying, and then turret lifting, and then the machine guns in. So let me put this on the stand and I'll show you it is all working. I've just increased the hole size. Yes, I did break my mirrors off. So I can get the stopper up through 2, so that when I put this in, and this should just bolt on underneath where I showed you. Right, and it comes with 2 little screws to screw this down. Exactly in these holes. You can adjust it a bit, just like that. And then I should be able to get that on there. I didn't just knock a wire off then, did I? Ooh. See, you got to be prepared with the hang along. If you're doing anything like this, you're going to soldering gun out. See, so it's like that, and then I can put this on. Then BBs won't fall through because there's not enough gap, but I can get to it. And you still shut the lid. Alright, so that's that in like that. Let's crack on with something else. Right, I've done one little teeny thing, fellas, is can you see up there? That's quite tight, but you can't, because that trunnion. So if you move this back, actually it would make this better. But that trunnion's a pain up the arse. So I've just cut a groove here. It's still a bit kinked, but I don't, wait a minute, I don't know if you can hear this. There's still air coming out of it, even with that kink, so that should be all right. Okay? So we should still be able to do it on a Challenger. Told you some wires would fall off. Motor wires fell off. They put on so gently, shall we say. Anyway, let's hold these bloody things back on. Right. I'm not sure you need this extra trigger wire because it was working without it, but I put it on anyway, as I do it in the Toucan video. But I had to find the longest screw, and the only one that would fit was taking one out of an old BB unit. One of those. In fact, specifically, it was one at the snout up there. There's one up there, and that seemed to fit all right. So, yeah, I've now put all the wires back through the holder on the BB unit. Just trying to be a good boy. And the other trigger. So it looks like that and like that, but I really don't think I need it. Okay, I don't think I need that, but we'll see what happens. Now I'm going to start trying to box it all up. Right, I've got this far. I'm slightly worried about that, but I've blown through it and it's fine. Well, I think this is something I'm going to come back to, because this is probably the worst piece of cable management I've ever seen. But if it all fits in and it doesn't touch the different boards on different things, well, we should be all right, I think. Anyway, I'm just going to nip that corner off with a grinder and the corresponding bit here, there, just in case, because it should be right if I do that. I'm just going to lift it off. You can see in there now, just see the pipe isn't being trapped between the bit that holds the gun trunnions. Okay, and I've blown through it and it still works, so you can blow through it, so. Right, everybody. I've been sitting here all night scratching every part of my anatomy that I can possibly think of, because it was not blowing smoke. I was blowing smoke, well, well, I've put a pipe on there and then blowing smoke down the barrel, so it's all, I don't understand what's working. Have a look. There's a input and an output on the pump. So I just warn you all, this little pump, oh, it's fell off. But it's one side sucks and the other side blows. No, I put it wrong side. Wait a minute, there we go. Let's put it this side. There we go. Did you see that then at the barrel? It's a bit hard to see, but it's working. The side next to the screw is the blow side. This one. Do you see? That one there. Not the one between the two screws. That's the sucky in one. So there it works. Right, I've boxed it all back up again. It's midnight, so I'm not going to do it now. I'm going to film it in the morning and show you it working. Oh man, yes, so just remember those pumps have a suck side and a blow side. And work out what side it is. Like I said, I think it's the side next to the screw is the blow side and the suck side is in between the two screws. That was a pain up the bum. Anyway, right, I'll show you in the morning. Right, everybody. I'm just going to demonstrate it now. It's working. The smoke's on for a bit long, but I don't care. I just want you to be able to see it. So here's where I've placed it in the top. That bit is where you feel the smoke. And the BBs still go in there. So I mean you can have smoke and BB firing. And that is where you top up the smoke machine, which is bolted in onto the Airsoft runner for the BB balls. I did something else on this, on these tanks, and I've worked out how to do it. This is far too far forward. It needs to move back. I might show you a quick glimpse now of what I've done. Right, everybody, comment in this video if you want me to show you how to do this. I'm probably not going to do this yet on this tank, so I've got to work it out a bit better. Do you see the manlet is flush with the turret, which is how it really should be. If you want me to do it to this tank, because I'm going to have to do it to mine as well, then let me know. But anyway, let's get on with this. I'm just going to put this on the stand and we're going to start it up and we're going to fire some BBs and fire some smoke. Right, so let's turn it on. With the slip ring in the top here, you've only got like 5 wires at the bottom and you don't have to put it into the channel 5 in the main board, because power must go perpetually to the slip ring board that I've got in the top here, which has also got an FPV camera thing on it as well, a separate port, so it must be powered. But I think to get it to work you need to plug everything into that before you try it out, because what I did at first was I tried out the actual smoke, just the plugging that in, and nothing seemed to work until I put the IR in and all the rest of it, and maybe it feeds power from the IR or something. I'm not sure. I don't know how it works. You know, I'm a gimp when it comes to electronics, so I've managed to do this. So yeah, but if you put it in the channel 5, if you don't have a slip ring to get it to work, you have to turn it on, and that is a GNS, I think. So you have to press that and that together to turn on the power for the FPV camera, and that's when it's supposedly for the FPV camera. But if you have this slip ring that I got, and I'll put the link to where I got it in the description, or there as well, and a picture of it. Right, shall we turn this on and see what happens? Is it flashing? Yep. Okay, right. Let's move everything out of the way. Remote on. You don't have to do anything apart from start it. Give it a second or two. And so I've already preloaded it, so I love you can do that. And that. Anyway, so right, okay, ready? Hopefully you can see the smoke. Did you see it? There we go, and the BB is still working. I'm going to go and hurt myself here, but can you see? And the BB gun is still working, and it hasn't lost any of its power. I'm such a child. You see that? There we go. All right. So that's how you do smoke and BB. All right, and it works. Any angle, the way I've changed the piping and stuff. So look, thanks everybody. If you'd like to subscribe, it's free, and it does me a world of good to the channel because then they chuck this nonsense out. I'd love to be able to do this so I didn't have to do a couple of days of teaching. It's not going to happen, though, is it? And if you can like it and share it, if you could hype it, God, if this came up as a hype, that'd be amazing. Oh, probably not. But and the other thing that I mainly take from doing this is you must always blow and never suck. So just remember that stupid thing in there, the pump. The pump has one of the holes which is sucking air in and the other one which is blowing. The reason why I couldn't get this to work for ages was it never occurred to me because there's no markings on it. It's stupid. I should have realised. But that it's got one side which sucks the air and the other side which blows it out down to the thing. And I didn't realise. So look, have a nice weekend. Why am I turning that off? I don't need to. So it all works. And like I say, come on, look, let go. Let go. Oh, sorry. It's still pretty powerful, even with the smoke unit hole there. Because, you know, in fact, it probably works better because it does give it that little hole that always used to be in to stop vacuum. The reason why those BB units have holes in them is to stop vacuum when the BB leaves the unit. That's why, if anybody wondered. Don't fill those holes up because it makes it half as powerful. A lot better. Fix mine. Poor little helping hand over there. Sorry, helping hand. I'll have to edit out. I did quite a bit of swearing at the end of this other one. I'll have to edit that out. Look, thanks everybody. Like, I've already said that, haven't I? Look, have a lovely day. I've got to give this to Harry now. And then if you want me to show you how to do that so it's actually in the right place, which I haven't done it on here yet because I wanted to get that done first, let me know. Otherwise, I think I'm going to call it quits on this challenge. Look, have a lovely day. Oh, unless you want me to weather it as well. Anyway, have a nice Saturday, and I will see you all at some point, maybe next week or the week after, because I'm going back to work, which always means I haven't got time to do anything other than pay for the mortgage and petrol. Yes, we don't talk about that. Have fun!